Well, in this case, we're going to make a little podcast talking about cultural awareness. We think that this topic is very important to take importance and to deal with day by day, and to be very conscious and respectful about this topic. My name is Caleb Ortega, and I'm going to present you some answers to some questions that we have chosen to explain more of this topic. How human relationships have changed with the use of internet, social media, and globalization. Human relationships have given a great change due to all the new digital media that, in my opinion, made them forget the little things that exist before the internet existed. Mainly communication. People now prefer to send voice notes or messages instead of sending letters like they used to do, and it was even more romantic back on those days. Have you ever been in a difficult situation due to cultural differences? The truth is that I haven't found myself in a difficult situation because I have gone to another places where the culture is different, and it's all the contrary. People have received me with open arms and with great affection because they like other people to know more of the culture because they are so proud of it. What problems could be caused by rejection of differences and lack of tolerance? Mainly, the people feel offended because nobody likes to be disrespected, and people have to understand that all cultures are different, and because all the cultures are different, we have to pay more respect. Which negative emotions could be present when a person from a minority group is rejected or left out? I think that sadness is one of the more common emotions because nobody likes to feel less, or anybody likes to be excluded. Also impotence, since it is something with which you are simply born and you cannot do anything about it. Instead, I think that more people can do something about it just by the simple fact that they can be more respectful and more empathic about that situation. Which action could you take to avoid the above? Even when you are not directly involved, it is best to take actions or to mind your own business. I think that it is always better to act because you can avoid a case of discrimination and because you can make a person feel that they are counting on you. I think that in addition to intervening if you witness a case of this type, you also change or you make that difference by just having respect and being empathic can make a big difference. Also, if you hear someone saying something that is not correct, it is unrespectful, you can tell them that it's not okay what they're saying, and to make them understand, explaining them that it is not right to say those things.
Hi, my name is Gio, and I am going to answer the same question as Caleb. The first one, I think they have had a great change because we connect with distant people, but at the same time we disconnect from close people, and speaking on large scales as with globalizations and the economy. The second one, no, but I think that if you find me in one, it is best to always show respect. The third one, it could lead to anger, confusion, misunderstandings, and even they think badly about your culture. The fourth one, sadness, disappointment, and more because today's society is evolving very fast and has more open ideals. The fifth one, I believe that as I followed before, always show myself with due respect and my mind always open to what others may say, treat others as you would like them to treat you. And the last one, humility, adaptability, and empathy.
Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening. I hope you're enjoying this podcast with my comrades, and now I will going to tell you a little bit about my opinion regarding the subject of the same question asked above. First of all, my name is Bruno, and one of my dreams is to travel to know many places and countries, which is why I'm very interested in this topic of the same questions. Well, to start, the first question says, how human relationships have changed with the use of internet, social media, and globalization. I think that has changed a lot compared to other years or other times since our way of living and relinking ourselves with each other is very different from 30 years ago. 30 years ago. We no longer send each other letters that took days or months to arrive. Now it arrives in less than a second, thanks to help of social networks or tools such as WhatsApp, Messenger, etc. Or simply the fact of waiting to start conversations for the first time in person with a girl that people like is very complicated. There are many pros and cons that I could spend 10 minutes talking about the subject, but I think it's a new era that we have to enjoy. It's different, but that doesn't mean it's bad. The second question is, have you been in a difficult situation due to cultural difference? About culture, I doubt it a lot. I do not remember, but the fact of the language that becomes very difficult for me, but it's one thing that I want to change and learn more languages so as not to have this problem anymore. But in itself, a very big problem because of culture I never had and will never criticize someone's culture just because they are from where they are. The third question is, what problem could be caused by rejection of difference and lack of tolerance? Well, I believe that these types of attitudes are the ones that can cause more psychological problems in the future, which is not good for anyone. Rejecting someone can affect the future of this person, and more if it's because of something that he can change, like his culture, her color of skin, their ethnicity, their language, etc. The fourth question is, which negative emotions could be present when a person from a minority group is rejected or left out? As I mentioned before, this is a psychological problem that can affect third parties and is not good for anyone, which can lead us to more severe or greater actions such as physical or psychological violence in extremes to break the law. And the last question is, which action could you take to avoid the above, even when you are not directly involved? Is it best to take actions or to mind your own business? Well, I think it's super important to take action when you see someone be rejected or be bullied, because these actions can be bad for the people and can affect the future of this person. If you can't act by yourself, call a teacher, a parent to take the control of the situation. I think is the best, and don't ignore these problems that are real and is a very bad situation. And that's all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.